Hey, what is going on, you guys? Hey, thanks for hanging out again. We are still doing a video a day. We'll continue doing that until this nonsense passes us. We can carefully go out there and adventure on the road. We'll be doing videos from the road and on an adventure, which will be awesome. I hope that you guys are doing well. Corey and I have said it. Let me just say again, we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. It makes us sane too, hanging out with our community. That's why we're creating so much content, is to give you guys some information and content while we're being careful, being sheltered in place and facing this new reality. We'll get through this soon enough and we'll be out there on an adventure. Many of you already are, but hey, California, am I right? All right, you guys, what are we talking about today? I'm going to go into some detail about member features of the app. You guys have been asking questions. I did an overview maybe a couple of weeks ago, but I really want to dive into the resource map and rally point today. So if you've been having questions about that or you're curious, please hang out. News you can use right away. There are descriptions in the link. You can download the beta version of the software right now. It's free. Go and interact with our community. Go get it right now. Other news you can use. We are anybody who is an Overland Bound member or becomes an Overland Bound member before June 1st will have lifetime access to the member resource map and the creation of Rally Point events. If you are already a member or if you become a member before June. After then, no big deal. Decide later. There's going to be a small yearly subscription to help feed our developers. They don't work for free. And we have taken on the most ambitious overland software project on the planet. I say that unequivocally. All right, so let's look at some details, okay? First of all, remember last time I talked to you guys maybe a couple of weeks ago and you said, hey, you gotta have a night mode, man. You gotta have night mode because we're adventure travelers and we travel at night and we travel during the day and you have to have a day and night mode. Well, what do we do about that? Boom, there you go. This is the app in night mode. Brings up a good point. We have 25,000 members worldwide. They are hardcore users of this kind of technology and they have helped inform the design of this technology. So dark mode, a requirement. So we put it in the app, we'll continue to improve things. Okay, so now we're in dark mode and I'm not going to go through a lot of details. I already went into details about the community aspect of the app where you can post, but I will just show it really quickly. Once again, first of all, we're a community-based organization. You come into the app, you see all of your profile information because that's what's most important, you. And then underneath in the feed, it shows notifications that are specifically relevant to you. You got a message, somebody mentioned you received a new badge or trophy. We'll look at that in a second, or other types of notifications. As I go through the app, you guys are going to see developer commentary because it's not hooked up to production yet. We're releasing the map and rally point in about the next couple of weeks. So I'm in dev mode. So just keep in mind as you see these screens, you're going to see developer and testing commentary. It's not real stuff. Okay, so overview. The feed is a feed of current topics, things that are happening in the community right now. Posts, information, new members to join the forum, new Overland Bound members, latest status updates, stories, articles, etc. So what a useful and valuable scroll if you're into adventure travel. Now, we are different than your Instagrams or your Facebooks, which is an ongoing onslaught of information that is completely uncategorized that you can't search or access at all. It is literally just a pastime. I'm not putting it down, but we want to provide information that you can access, information that you can get to. So you can also look at this in categorized mode. So you want to find information about land use, leave it better than you found it. Then you can go into those topics, search those topics, or post your own questions in those topics. So everything is categorized. Overland Bound Boot Camp. Here are a number of topics about a number of useful topics for you if you're just getting started. So the information is categorized when it's entered by our community. That's a benefit of it. I said I wasn't going to go into the forums. All right, let's get right on to the other information. We're going to start out with the map. Now, for those that haven't seen day mode, I'm going to switch this over to light mode. Boom. There you go. Okay. Now, you see this is in light mode, and we're going to go over to the resource map. One of the most valuable things about the app, a lot of people ask, hey, where do I find campsites? Where do I find different resources? Where do I find a trusted mechanic? Where do I find Wi-Fi? Where do I find water that I can drink? So this resource map is for adventure travelers. One of the things that makes us different and so focused is that we are catering to overlanders and adventure travelers. We are not trying to be Waze. We are not trying to be Google Maps. We are focused on adventure travel. So the resources that we highlight are resources that you need in your travels. You can filter the different resources. In here you see ranger stations, state parks, trusted mechanics, Wi-Fi, water. Hey, I would like a shower. Things of that nature. Okay? Now you can filter, and then let's zoom in here. Not trying to make you dizzy, but see here you can start seeing there are trusted mechanics that our members have verified and entered onto the map. Hey, there's a dump station. What other resources do we have? Let's zoom in here. Oh, I'm right in the middle of no place. I am at Redwoods Park. Wi-Fi. And then as you zoom in, you see more and more resources. So this map will continue hundreds of thousands of resources when we roll out within the next couple of weeks or so. And it will continue to become more valuable because our members will add resources to it. Okay, so let's look at that real quick. Here I'm going to hit plus, and then I can add different locations to this map. But what's more important is that depending on the type of location that I add, ranger station, the information that I can enter changes. So you're going to get very specific information about these different resource types. Is it BLM land? Is it national park? When is it open? You can go into a great amount of detail about when it's open. Does it have motor vehicle use maps? Does it have firewood, restrooms? So you can enter in very specific information depending on the type of resource you're adding to the map. Oh, and you can make it a private location if you just want it to show up on your app and you don't want to share it with everybody. Okay, so you can add all kinds of resources. The resource map is free to use. You don't need to be an Overland Bound member. A member feature, however, let's go to the member map. This is the member tab. You can see all of our members worldwide. You do have to be a member to access the member map. Now, this is a fantastic resource because if you are traveling to a location you are not familiar with, or you need help in a location, you can click on any of these pins worldwide and you can say, I need help, or hey, I'm visiting your area. Where should I go? So let's go back here. Now, I will make one small disclaimer in that I'm in dev mode, so the data isn't necessarily all accurate. Here you can see I tapped on this user information. I can send them a message. I can view their profile, and I can get more information about that area. So that is a member feature. Okay, now you can also send a map message. So if I zoom in here and I send a map message, then that is going to open up a dialogue and I can send a message to everybody that is currently on the map. That's also how you invite people to an event. We're going to look at that in a second, but I have a few more cool things to show you about the map. Okay, so this is where Overlanders nerd propellers start spinning, at least mine does. Okay, Bishop, here's an area that I love, the 395. Now, if you want to streamline the map, we have all kinds of filters. You can just go to a simple map and you can see that the topology is not shown, and all it basically shows is the road. So it's very clear for driving. However, once you start traveling off the beaten path, You can turn on all of the detail you might need, Crater Mountain Wilderness Area, topology. When you're starting to travel a bit further off the grid, you are planning your adventure and you want to see the different areas and information that is relevant, and an additional filter. We can turn on highly detailed topo lines, zoom in, and get the detailed terrain topology, and you can even change the transparency of those lines so you can customize the map to look how you want it to look. We will continue to add new layers into the map so you can really customize the map to be to your liking. Overland Bound 1 is what this software is called. Overland Bound 1, one app for everything. And related to overlanding, community, events, and resources. Mapping, navigation, I could go on. All right. So the roadmap is very long. So we're going to release version 1.0 within the next couple of weeks, but we'll continue to develop features to the software. But already it's freaking awesome. Okay, traffic. Would you like real-time traffic? Yes. Boom. So let's turn on real-time traffic, and the green lines, here let's go to a little bit more populated area. The green lines represent the traffic in the area. So if you're navigating into an area and you want to know how dense the traffic is, you can turn on the traffic layer as well. Now, again, one of the many reasons we created the software is because we wanted something that we would like to use. And I see other people and Corey and I bouncing around between different apps to get what they need. Here, you can find a location to travel to. You can find a campsite. You can navigate. You can connect with the community, or you can either attend or plan your own events. It's all within Overland Bound 1. Okay. So anything else I want to cover in the resource map? That's a lot of detail there, but let's look at one other thing. Rally points. So the rally point tab shows you events. So you can find an event in your area. And you can see events worldwide. It shows all of the Overland Bound events. And let's get some information. Boom. You tap on an event icon, you get the basic information. Hey, that's June 14th, and it is a meetup. Now, if you would like further detailed information, you just tap on that card, and it takes you over to Rally Point, again, still within the same app. Now, let's talk about Rally Point. Another member feature, being able to create your own event. That can be a Rigs and Coffee meetup. It can be a trip because you can add multiple waypoints on or off the grid, or it can be a training session. If you'd like to have a class on, changing a tire, fixing a puncture, or anything else, you can do a meetup that way. You get all the information. You can see the attendees. You can see the event creator. You can get information about that event creator. I know Papa Dave. I know Dave personally. He has a 5-star rating. Everything, what that basically means is that all his interaction in the community areas of the app are relevant to overlanders. People are liking his comments. He's got a 5-star rating. It gives you a little bit of information about the person who created this event. And then furthermore, anybody who's going, you can expand their member information, send them a message, ask them a question, and get more information there. All within the Rally Point section of the app. And then, of course, most importantly, you have the location itself. Again, if you want information, some trips, say it's a trip across the United States, and there are multiple waypoints, this will show all the waypoints, and it allows the person to tap on a waypoint and get information. You see that card that just popped up? You can get information about that specific waypoint. are there notes about that? If you live in Texas, there's a Texas waypoint. You click on it and it'll tell you, hey, they're going to be here at this time, and you can perhaps join up with the crew. So that's location, attendees, and details. Now the member version is the ability to create a rally point. So here I'm on the main rally point page. It shows you events that are in your area, and here I have create. And you can add all the information to create a rally point. And then let me show you, you can create a repeating event if you want to. We want 10 vehicles, 4-wheel drive sliders, you need armor, very easy, dirt, highway, rock crawling, add in your comms, hey, ham, of course, add the comms channel, various information about the admins, and then invites. Before we do invites, let's go up to, I want to point out something about the location, and that is that you can drag this location pin and adjust it accurately. So not only can you type an address in the address line, but you can also manually place this pin very accurately in case you are planning an event that is off the grid, not at an address. Okay, now I mentioned earlier about sending a map message or inviting people to rally point. So here I can zoom in. See, a lot of these pins, we have a lot of members, a lot of Overland Bound members, right? They look like single pins. They're not. When you zoom in, there are multiple pins. Okay, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to say invite, and then it lists the people that were in that area. So if you know you're going to be in Colorado, you can scroll the map over to Colorado, zoom in that area, and invite people in that area to go to your event. Select all, invite all. So being able to create an event is a Overland Bound member feature. So on the map, it's the member tab that is a member feature. And with Rally Point, if you're not a member, you can still see the rally points and you can still attend. But if you want to create your own, then that is a member feature. Okay. All right. I think that is about it for those two features. There's more detail. Clearly, I'm going fast, but I did dive into a little bit more detail about how those two main features work. I want to show you one more thing. I'm going to dive out to production mode. And it just means the information, the data in production mode is real data. Okay, boom, now I'm in production mode. So when you, my brother and sister. Okay, now you can see the information is production, live information. You can see my notifications. You can see all your messages. You can see latest status updates. Anyway, all cool community stuff. Did I mention it's all in the same app? All right. Okay, we're going to wrap up here, and then I'm going to give you some specific detail information. Looking at your profile. So here's all your profile information. Other people can view your profile, and it has all your information. However, you get an abbreviated version of it. You can edit your own information here. There are some differences between your information and other people's information. But here's where they can contact you. They can send you a message, and then we have your rank. You'll notice everybody has a rank next to their name, and that relates to things they've done within the community. So, for example, ambassador is community development. There are all of these trophies in community development, and they contribute to the community. When you earn them, you get points that goes towards your rank. But we have other areas as well. Challenger, recover and survival skills, leave it better than you found it. Stewardship, taking care of the land. So we want to motivate the proper behaviors. Dive in here. You earn those trophies and it increases your rank. Just a simple look at people's rank also gives you some kind of indication of how involved they are with the community. All right, that is it for, boom, the app itself. I'm going to go back over into dark mode because I like it. All right. Now I'm messing around. Now I'm just reading. See how engaging it is? All these topics. I started looking. Now I want to dive in again. I'll be right with you. Okay, I'm kidding. This is how it works. Here's the detailed information. There are links in the description. The links in the description are the beta version of the app. Rally Point and the member map are not unlocked, even for members. That's because those features are not ready yet. That's going to be within the next few weeks. But go ahead, download the current version of the app from those links in the description. It is both iOS and Android. Start using it right away, and you can pick up the new version when we do a live release of the software in the stores. There's a little bit of a process to go through at the links below. You have to become a tester, but it should step you right through the process. If you have any questions, then just add your detailed questions in the comments. Now, I mentioned lifetime access, and I got a bunch of questions for that last time I mentioned it. Again, if you are an Overland Bound member now, or you become an Overland Bound member before June 1st, you have lifetime access to Rally Point, being able to create rally points, the member tab on the resource map, and the member version of the forums. Lifetime access. So if you're already a member, awesome. If not, and you've been considering it, go ahead. Now's a great time to do it. After, starting in June, at some point, there will be a small annual subscription. That's because this is a very ambitious software project. Our software engineers have to eat, and we need to pay for and fund the development of the software. That's just how life is. But it'll be reasonable, and we'll offer more value than other things out there that are similar that cost more. I mean, it'll be reasonable. Now, in the future, we have a long roadmap. So current members, in the future, a few months from now, we are going to start introducing hardcore mapping and navigation functionality within the app, including access to lots and lots of data that is available. We'll have to pay for that data. It costs us money. Those expedition tiers, so being able to record your track, being able to save your track, being able to, do all kinds of other things, that's going to be a different tier membership. Again, it'll be reasonable, but that additional functionality that we release in the future will also be a yearly subscription. However, the app is a tremendous resource for free, and everything else is optional. So all of the resources, the pins on the map, all of that stuff is free. Engaging with the community is free. Going to member created events is free. So go and check it out. All right, you guys. Wow, that was a lot. Thank you for hanging out with me and with us. This was software. We'll get back to tips and tricks and hanging out and unwrapping gear and doing that sort of thing, planning for adventure in the videos to come. I will see you tomorrow. Until next time, thank you for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. All right, you guys, have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.